Why, hello there everyone, I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. 皆さん、こんばんは。よいしょねしょど。And today we're going to be looking at two of my tarantula breeding projects that I'm growing out. So the two species I'm going to be talking about in this video is my Brachypelma albiceps, which freshly molted, my female here that you're seeing, and the Chilobrachys Natanicharum, which you'll see in this video as well, the juveniles, and all four of the juveniles are now sexed, and I have to say I still haven't labeled them as Natanicharum yet because I'm a bit too lazy to actually relabel them from Chilobrachys species electric blue, but I'll do that in the future if I have time. But without further ado, let us talk about these. So this female specimen here that you're seeing that I'm freshly molted is around 5 inches in leg span, or 18 centimeters, which that was the size of her molt, so she's slightly bigger now, and she is a mature female, and I was also supposed to rehouse this female sooner, but what happened was that my substrate ran short, so I had to actually wait for my substrate to come in, and also, this female was in pre-molt, so I waited it out for her to molt out, but now that she has molted, I'm going to give her some time to harden up, and after that, I will rehouse her then, but as for now, I'm just going to leave her be and let her rest. And I was also supposed to rehouse my other female Brachypelma albiceps, but she was also in pre-molt. But once she molts out as well, I will rehouse her as well with this female, so that's for the future. But essentially though, my females are ready to go, and I'm just waiting for this male to actually mature out. I'm 99% confident that this male here is in penultimate, meaning that in his next molt he should be a mature male, but let us wait and see. And also, I would like to ask a question. What do you personally think the colors look more like to you when it comes to Brachypelma albiceps? Do you see more of a gold color, a light blonde, cream color, or orange? I showed some of this footage earlier to somebody else, and they were kind of like, I thought it was supposed to be gold. Why does it look orange? And I don't know. I would like to know what everybody thinks about this footage. Does it look more orange, gold, or cream color to you when it comes to the Brachypelma albiceps? To me personally, it just looks like a base yellow. Sometimes it can look a bit like an orange cream color depending on the lighting, but for the most part though, the colors in terms of the carapace is very similar to Natanicharum chalcodes, but hey, that's just me comparing colors here, and to each their own. So when it comes to growing out this breeding project, I actually raised all of them from slings. Yeah, I had them at 1 centimeter or 1/4 inch sling, so I raised them up about 5 years ago, and now they're finally starting to mature out. Honestly, that is a very long time if you think about it. Half a decade. Think about it, 5 years. And I don't really think they'll molt again until the next year, so maybe 6 years, but let us cross our fingers and let us hope that it doesn't take as long. And this is kind of one of the downsides of breeding projects, is when you get stuck with species that grows very slowly, but hey, you kind of know where you're getting into when you're coming into projects like these. But let us continue to the next species I want to talk about that I'm growing out, the Chilobrachys Natanicharum. So to recap for those who are new to my channel, I bought 4 slings in hopes of getting a male to actually raise out and breed them with my 2 adult females, and luckily out of these 4 slings here that are now juveniles, 2 of them are male and 2 of them are female. So this means we have 2.4. Which means 2 males, 4 females. So I'm glad that I got 2 males at least. But honestly though, if I had more males, I think that would be more ideal for me. But hey, to each their own, and tarantula breeders like me, we're always looking out for males. So I am blessed and I am happy, and I will take 2 males any day of the week. And it's always the same response. The typical hobbyist will always be disappointed whenever they get a male tarantula, but I promise you man, search up online for tarantulas for sale, and you will see so many people listing females, and not one person will list a male. And the reason why is because all the tarantula breeders are keeping the males for themselves. They know the power of a male tarantula, and it's kind of sad how a lot of people buy into females, not knowing that in the future, if they do decide to breed a tarantula, how hard and how difficult it is just to get a male, especially one that is mature. And when somebody does have a male, it's usually from somebody else that's asking for a loan, and honestly, us tarantula breeders absolutely despise loans, because you're essentially taking profits from somebody else's hard work. And yes, that person or you may have grown out that male, but still, loaning is not ideal for us tarantula breeders, which is why we usually just ask how much is it instead of loaning. And I should tell you from experience, there are still times, even now, where I cannot even find a male after years. It's been about 4 years and I'm still looking for a male Brachypelma amelia and a Brachypelma auratum. It's that difficult. It seems like people only post the females for sale for those species, but never the males, so I'm still keeping an eye out, and I am asking around, but they just don't come easy. So tying everything back together, when it comes to these 2 juvenile females, I may actually just trade them away for some males, but I really don't know yet. Let us wait and see, because I would rather have some males that I could use than to have extra females. But hey, I know the average tarantula keeper will probably try to keep everything, but I would rather try to diversify my breeding projects and my portfolio as well, so that's my reasoning. But who knows, if I can't find any of the males I'm looking for, then the 2 extra females that you're seeing in this video, I'll just keep them for now I guess, and maybe just sell them later on down the road. But really, I'm not too enthusiastic of having more females because I already have 2 mature females, but hey, more wouldn't hurt, right? And I also want to say that recording these Chilobrachys Natanicharum was relatively difficult because this species is known as being a pet hole, meaning that they're pretty much reclusive and they do get startled pretty easily. So if you do startle them by opening their enclosures, usually they run into the burrows and that's that. So I actually tried my best to get a good recording for you viewers, but I'm gonna be honest, it was not easy. It was actually very difficult. I tried every sort of camera position I could get into, like everything, but man, this species is way too reclusive and way too shy. So I apologize if getting some shots of these juveniles was a bit difficult, but the last one at least was cooperative to where it came out. And that was pretty much the best recording that I could get of this video, so I saved it for last. So now that I think about it, while I do think making tarantula YouTube videos is relatively easy and fun, I do think that the hardest aspect is maybe getting them the way you want to record them, I guess. But maybe that's how I view it in terms of difficulty. Other than that, everything else when it comes to content creation with tarantulas is fun and easy. And honestly, I think everybody should give it a shot. But man, did these Chilobrachys Natanicharum did not want to cooperate today. But that's okay, because to me, if a tarantula runs into their burrows or they run into their hides, usually I leave them alone just because I don't want to stress them out any more than they need to, so that's the way I approach it. So what it means is that there's always a next time, and honestly, I'd rather try a next time than to stress them out even more. But honestly, that's just me, and hey, if you want to take them out to get a good shot or get good pictures, that's all on you, that's your tarantula, not mine, but I treat the way I want to treat my tarantulas, and hey, to each their own. And I guess I'll call this a video for today. So, as typical, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here in the channel. And also support me on my social medias such as my IG and Patreon. And also shout out to my Patreon members such as Kale for keeping my tarantulas fed. Any amount of support helps this channel a lot. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.